Okay, welcome back to the Lexicata Getting Started video series. In this video, we'll be going through the Clio integration, and I'll show you how to connect your Lexicata account to Clio, as well as give you some guidance about how to use the two systems together. So first of all, let's go ahead and go to Settings, and then you'll just want to go down to the Integrations page here, and this is where you're going to go ahead and connect your Clio account. So to connect to Clio, just simply click on the Clio icon right here. It'll pop up with this little thing that explains kind of how the integration works and what it can do. You can disregard that and go ahead and just click the Connect to Clio button. And now it's basically going to give you a sign-in page. So this is just like signing into Clio. You just use your normal email and password that you use for Clio. And that's it. Go ahead and click that. It basically just asks you for permission, and what this allows Lexicata to do is basically just access data in your Clio account. So you just click the Allow Access button, and it's that easy. So it'll redirect you back into Lexicata, and you'll see now it says you are now connected to Clio, and there's a disconnect link here as well. If you ever needed to disconnect for any reason, you can just do that by clicking there. So keep in mind also, every user on your Lexicata account does need to do this separately. So if each user wants to use the integration, they will also have to connect by putting in their own Clio email and password. Okay, so that's the portion of just connecting to Clio. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to connect your Clio custom fields with Lexicata. So let's go ahead and go over to the custom fields page really quick. And once you get to your custom fields page, you'll see all the existing fields here. These are Lexicata only fields, basically. So right now, there's no way to just connect existing fields from Lexicata to Clio. But what we do have is this really easy feature here where you can basically just with one click of a button, pull in all your fields from Clio and sync them to Lexicata automatically. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the button here and we'll see what happens. And it's that easy. So as you can see now, I have a bunch of Clio fields here. All the Clio synced fields will have the little Clio icon next to them. So you can always tell which ones are connected to Clio and which ones are not. But basically now what this enables you to do is sync data in between Clio and Lexicata. So any field you fill out in Lexicata that is also linked to Clio will automatically update in Clio when you export data over to Clio from Lexicata. So I'll show you exactly how this works in just a minute. Let's go ahead and go back to the dashboard here. All right, so on a conceptual level, the way the Clio integration works, the way most people will use it, is they'll use Lexicata for all matter management that occurs pre-retention. So everything from the time the client is first introduced to you up until they hire you, you'll use Lexicata to manage them, keep track of them, follow up with them, intake them, do anything you need to do. And then once they hire you, at that point, you can simply export all the data you've been capturing along the way. It will open a matter in Clio instantly with all the same data, and that matter will be linked back and forth, so you can always re-export if you needed to, in case you needed to update any other additional information. Let's just go ahead and create a new matter here. And I'm just going to call this one Clio test export as the name. We'll put in an email and a phone number. Matter type, we'll say bankruptcy. Here is a note. All right. And we'll do a location. Okay. So let's say this is a matter in Lexicata, a potential matter in Lexicata. So I can use all the features that Lexicata has to offer, the intake forms, the appointment scheduling, all that kind of stuff, the email templates, whatever you want. And I'm going to basically ignore that for now, but I will show you, let's add a couple of custom fields here that are linked to Clio so you can see how this works. So we can do spouse name. I think that was one of the Clio fields. Let's just say Jane. Let's go ahead and add that. Also going to add a custom field to the contact. So let's go ahead and click there. And let's just do, let's see, which one is Clio? I think this one is. Okay. Let's also add an address just to show you everything that gets sent over. Okay. So that's good enough. Now let's go ahead and go back to the matter. So You can export either contacts or matters, but keep in mind that when you export a matter cannot exist in Clio or in Lexicata unless it has a contact associated with it. So when you export a matter from Lexicata, it's going to create the contact as well as the matter simultaneously. If you just export the contact from the contact page, it will only create the contact and no matters that are linked to that contact. Okay, so that's just an important concept to understand so that you know what to export and when. Basically, as I mentioned before, the time that most firms will do this is when the matter has become hired. So let's say you've done your full intake process, you've got your forms filled out, your documents signed, everything like that. You'd simply come up here to the matter options and you're going to click Export to Clio. Basically up here will tell you all the tasks that will be automated when you do this. So it's going to open a new matter in Clio, create any contacts that were linked to the matter, export the matter information, so the description, location, things like that, the contact information, name, email, phone number, address, things like that, populate those custom fields that we added, export any matter or contact notes. So I just have one note that will be exported. And I won't be showing this in this demonstration, but you would also have the ability to export the intake forms, file attachments from the client or that you uploaded, as well as signed documents. So everything goes over to Clio instantly, and those would go into the documents folder within Clio. Let's just go ahead and put in a matter description. All right. And I'm gonna say practice area bankruptcy. Okay, so you can choose your billing method here for Clio if you want. I'll just leave it as hourly, and that's it. So you just go ahead and click the export button, and that's it. So it'll give you a success message, and then let's just go ahead and go over to Clio. And I'm just gonna go ahead and search for my contact, Clio test export. And you'll notice here it is. There's a matter as well as a contact. I can go ahead and go to the matter if I want here. And you'll see the practice area, the location, the description, the custom field, the spouse name is there, as well as the client or the contact here. If I go here, it's got the client's address, email, their phone number, their social, which was a custom field. So everything went over all at once, really easy process. Also, the notes here will be added, and here it is. Here's a note, notes for Clio. So basically what this allows you to do is you can use Lexicata to track all your potential clients and potential matters, use our features to do the intake process, and basically eliminate any kind of double data entry, because with a simple click of a button, you can basically send all the data you've collected along the way over to Clio. So very, very streamlined and easy intake process for our Clio users. And that basically summarizes the way the integration works, how to set it up, as well as conceptually how you should use Lexicata and Clio together. So I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, we'll be covering how to import contacts from a spreadsheet. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.